Would you know what to do if at this very second you started coughing uncontrollably or you noticed sparks coming from the back of your television set? Calling the emergency services is not always the first thing to do. Knowing what to do in such situations is. On tonight's Law Factor Live, we help viewers prepare for emergency situations, not only those I just mentioned, but situations such as someone having a panic attack or someone getting burnt. We will also discuss the resources currently available on island to deal with mass and individual emergencies and how to access these services. The state of emergency, a program to help you and your family safe. So stay with DBS for Law Factor Live.
The views expressed in this program are those of the host and guests, and in no way represent those of DBS, and are not intended to determine decision-making processes. Dollar Factor Live is brought to you compliments of Lime, Organica, AF Valmore, EC Global Insurance, Skin Science, Illumines, Rainforest Hideaway, Mango Beach Inn, Cars for Rent, Transit TV, Carpet Media, Prestige Auto Holdings Limited, Ferrens Dairy, Infinity Color Shop, Stars Publishing, Touch Therapies, Lame Spa, Trios Caribbean Fusion Restaurant, and Baywalk Shopping Mall.
Welcome to Law Factor Live. I'm Delia Delore. Thank you for joining us. Would you know what to do if an emergency situation presented itself, suddenly or otherwise? I say otherwise because sometimes we know something is potentially dangerous for us, but for whatever reasons we don't attend to it, and then the situation becomes critical. So tonight we'll discuss matters of emergency and question whether you'd know how to deal with them. You may assume you know, but our experts tonight will put you on the right track. Get your pens and paper ready for yourself and everyone who's watching with you, because we've a quiz for you. But first, housekeeping. A huge thank you to St. Lucia's Prime Minister, the Honourable Dr. Kenny Anthony, who was our guest last week. The programme was enlightening to many of our viewers worldwide. His parting words about cherishing relationships and his statement of regret about not saying the final goodbyes to his father were topics of conversation everywhere I visited this week. After the show, we presented the Prime Minister with a wonderful gift from Touch Therapy Spa and a hamper of products from Viking. Thank you very much for that. If you missed the show, visit DBS's website, www.dbstvstlucia.com, select The Law Factor Live, and you will see the program there. You can send the link to persons abroad. In fact, you can watch all of DBS's live programs via their website, and if you've missed any DFL shows, you'll find them there too. Don't forget to join myself and Isai Hall this Saturday at Baywalk Shopping Mall in the courtyard from 2 to 6 p.m. for Dad's Day Out. It'll be a day of fun and games for fathers and their children. And mums, make sure you come to cheer on your family. It's going to be very competitive, and sometimes the audience will be the judges. So take your honey and lemon from now. At Dad's Day Out, we've given many prizes, and we're going to be giving away many prizes from Diamonds International, Verdict, M&C Drugstore, St. Lucia Insurances Limited, Xavier's Restaurant, Rituals Coffee House, Spice of India, Next, Hugo Boss, Polo, Access, lots of other things, and I'm sure there'll be lots of other surprises along the way. So make sure you come to Dad's Day Out at Baywalk Shopping Mall in the courtyard this Saturday from 2 p.m. And DFL has so many giveaways for Father's Day this Sunday that we're going to tell you who the winners are later in the program, but we have a couple of giveaways tonight. Now, one of them is a really important gift that all households should have, and I'm going to give you the question at the end of the segment. And as you can see on set, we have lots of giveaways, and some of these are actually going to be given away at Dad's Days Out, so make sure you come. That's this Saturday. But back to tonight's show. Would you know what to do in an emergency situation? Our guests tonight do, and they'll be sharing their knowledge with us. I'd like to welcome Mr. Glenn Wilson, Master Trainer of the St. John Ambulance, and Fernando James, who's the Emergency Medical Care Technician, EMT. And later we welcome Mabius Francis, of the Safety and Specialist Investigator. So first of all, let me welcome Mr. Wilson and Mr. James. Thank you so much for coming on the DFL set.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good night. And I have to say, Glenn, it's partly for you that we are actually here. Because when did we meet? Can you remember?
Probably 2 years ago in the community of Babono.
Yes.
We're doing a segment on insurance and safety measures.
Yes, and I met you there, and
Yes,
I thought it was very interesting. And you followed up and you said, this is something that, you know, your viewers need to talk about and discuss.
Very much so.
And we agreed with you, so hence we are doing this program. And welcome to the
Thank you very
set.
much, Ms. Paula.
And we've had some really great kind of preliminary talks before the program. So viewers, just make sure you get your pen and papers, because we are going to test how much you really know about emergency situations. But first, of course, we have to ask them about their fare and treats tonight. And the favorite seems to be what? Between the two of you, which flavors seem to be popping up?
Guinness.
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 Okay, it's good for you.
Yeah, of course it is.
For men.
Oh, so is the sea moss. You tasted the sea moss, I believe. Did you not
Yes.
like the sea moss? Was that... It was
Well,
okay?
After the Guinness hit my taste buds, and I forgot all of the
All the
tastes.
others.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every one of it. I'm hoping I could get a bucket at the end of the show.
Oh.
You have to compete with our viewers, you know.
Yeah, I
we
will.
have ice cream for our viewers, but our guests always come away with something. The amount of times I've had to give away some of the things to our guests because they enjoyed them so much. We had one of our sponsors from Andrew Robinson from Transit TV. He came and we were giving away a child's toy, and he played with it so much we ended up giving it to him instead. So things happen here on Dolor Factor. Now for our 2 in a row questions. You know, viewers, by now, we ask our questions, and the questions are unrelated to the subject that we're going to be discussed tonight. So I think I'm going to start with you, Glenn. I think it's one of the easiest ones. Last week, Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony told us about his adventures growing up in the country. Can you share a favorite childhood memory with us?
Very much so. One of the very fond memories that I have growing up as a child was spending time, especially during the summer vacation, in the Republic of Bonrepo. And some of those would include going to the river to look for crayfishes, bird hunting, getting into the neighbor's yard to pick their mangoes or whatever fruits that they may have had at the time when school was out. So that those were very, very, very fun memories that we would do as young persons growing up in community.
And how many years ago was that? No, you don't have to answer.
Many moons ago.
Okay, and our question to our second guest. If you get asked out on a date by a woman you do not like, what would you say or do?
I'll tell you the truth. Getting out on a date by a woman I do not like or even do not know, definitely to all men and to all women, I would say no. I'm married. So definitely I wouldn't dare cross my wife. And of course, it's my wife. Oh, I'm going to be walking on my hands and knees. So.
That's smart, because I have to say this, a lot of things happen in St. Lucia and people don't take the sensible move. They don't really care whether their wife know or not, or care or not. So that's a very responsible response. So thank you for that. Now, before we delve into the topic, let me acknowledge the painting on set, Beggar in Pink by Janet Lang. It's a beautiful St. Lucian scene. The style is impressionistic realism, lovely shades of pink, don't you think? It's really different, and it's from the Inner Gallery in Wadawaj. Later tonight, we'll announce the winners of our sponsors' Father's Day dinners from Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa, Rainforest Hideaway, and Ferrans. We'll also announce all the other gifts that we have actually said to you that we're going to do. We just have so many of them. And when we come back, I'm going to give you the question for one of the very, very important giveaways. Also, I want to say thank you to our company friends, Viking Foods, Baron Tenderoni, and Tats Cakes. We're going to draw live for the winner tonight. And as you can see, the set is full of all these giveaways that we're going to be giving away. So when we come back, I'm going to tell you about the other question, where I want you to make sure you know what the answer is for this one. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give it to you now so you can think about it in the break. Think about it. Okay. To win an official first aid kit, tell us, what year was St. John Ambulance first established in St. Lucia? And of course, if you keep on watching the show, somehow, I think, little birdie tells me that the answer's gonna turn up somewhere or the other. Now, to win this really lovely shirt from AF Valmore, I'm gonna show you this shirt so that you can see what it is that if you like it. Okay, to win this shirt from AF Valmore, Valmore has 20% discount for Dad ending this Sunday. Tell us which Valmore location with a clothing department opens on Sunday. And the last question tonight, how long has Sisson's Infinity Colour Shop been in operation? Is it 3, 4 or 5 years? You'll win a wonderful package for Dad. You can find the questions on DolorFactorLife.com and Facebook Dolor Factor Live TV show. After the break, we ask if you'd know what to do in a selected emergency and many other emergency situations. So stay with DBS. We'll be right back.